Hello, my friends. Welcome to another one of my, God, I always go blank when I'm going to say what it's called. Public service announcement readings. It's a public service announcement reading that started to kind of filter through an extended reading. It was a Scorpio extended. It's not, I'm not saying that because you have to go and look at it. It has nothing. The message that I pulled out over there has nothing to do with what this public service announcement ended up being. But I was getting intuitive hits on these underlying cards that there was something else that I needed to look at here. So that's what I did after that reading. And I was told like it was significant because it was appearing in the 8th house, like the sign that represents the 8th house, which is one of those particular things is taxes and other people's money, which is interesting because I've already done the reading now. So I wanted to do the intro after because I didn't know if there was going to be a reading, because I was able to push this energy to the side and focus on what was coming in for the Scorpio extended. And so sometimes that means it's not quite time for the reading, but that energy is going to keep kind of poking its head in on you. And then when it is time, like it takes over a reading. Like if you've seen my public service announcements, they often start off, "Hi Aquarius, welcome to your general reading." I was like, oh, this is not an Aquarius reading. Like, so that didn't happen. So I thought, I'm just going to film myself pulling cards and see like if a message starts to develop, if this is the right time. So, because I thought, I still want you to see the cards coming out, but I don't know if I'm going to do this. So I did do it. So there's going to be a small edit here. You're going to cut and go to that video. So yeah, for the first part, you're just going to see me pulling cards and looking at them. And then once it becomes obvious to me that this is a message, it's time for it to come out, then it's just like regular. I'm talking and pulling cards all at the same time. Yeah, so that's what it is. So get ready for your next public service announcement. And here goes. Okay, I'm gonna start talking. So there's an intro for this, so yeah, I won't bother repeating anything that will end up in the intro. Wow, these cards are really interesting. So I'm gonna show you, because I speak about them in the intro. Do I show you? I don't know, I haven't made the intro yet. So I got storm warning, the world, and the thinking woman. It was an underline in one of the extended that I did. And immediately, like, I knew that it was one of those ways where something that is for the collective, like a message that kind of seeps in inadvertently, about, you know, something going on more globally. So yeah, this will be included in my, my videos that are, public service announcement videos. So immediately I knew that there was something going on, like in terms of the world where we all are, and that there was this message for me, like actually it was for me to convey something, to look a little more deeply. I felt that into the cards that were coming out. And I kind of was able to push this to the side and continue with the extended, which was nice because often that doesn't happen. But I was able to do that. So in some ways, I don't feel like that this message is urgent and that, you know, this is something that's going to happen in the next few hours, a few days, or maybe even a few weeks. But there's something definitely here. So I'm going to, you saw me shuffle. I wanted to record this as I was playing out cards and just kind of see what was going to happen before I just sat down and did an intro. And it was partly because I wasn't sure if it was the time for this to come out, because it wasn't like kind of forced on me. No, you have to stop what you're doing in this reading and focus on this. So I thought, let me just pull cards and see. And it's definitely something here. We've got it. Okay, this storm warning is really interesting. This storm warning, the tarot cards, I'm using the Wizard's Tarot, and those other oracles are from the Energy Oracle deck. Oh, that's weird. My ears started buzzing all of a sudden, and then the frequency shifted and it jumped over here, and it was almost like two frequencies competing with competing to block something out. I already feel like something's trying to block this message. It's really weird. But anyway, so we have the Sun, the Two of Cups, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So when those first came out, I started getting the feeling, I think, okay, this is a message that needs to come out here. There is, with the world, there is something going on behind the scenes here. I want to say there's some sort of backroom deals that are taking place right now. I'm really being drawn specifically to this Nine of Pentacles. To me is screaming like sovereign. So, and there, it's like a depiction of a woman in this card. Now that wouldn't be very many nations. It feels like a nation with like a woman as a leader, or something that, like, if the Queen hadn't passed, I would say it would really, like, it does feel a bit like England, the UK, because they just had, well, they're doing their merry-go-round of leaders right now. This is a bit of a merry-go-round. There's something going on in the UK. It's backroom deals. Okay, like that goes on everywhere, right? So that's not really, well, we don't know this, Cindy. No, like there's something specifically there though. Like something's being worked behind the scenes. And then, so this is why I'm getting the UK too, because there's these two leadership energies, and one is masculine and one is feminine. And we've just like done that. That's just taken place over there too. And it's almost like though, there could even be, I don't know, there's something else here, like even, I feel like because of the way she's dressed, that she represents something that most of us don't know about. Like it's very wizardy, very witchy, but it has this formality about it, like a formal attire for some sort of organization. And she's got the rule book with it. It's like a rule book or a plan. And then this individual has the money to do it. This King of Pentacles. And right now, this is almost like with this Three of Cups, it feels like this, they come together and they have an agreement. It's a social event in some sort of organization or a unity of countries. And now they're taking, right? And so then this rule book or this plan with this monetary support is like something's being made of it. Something's being made of it. Like as we speak. Do you see that? It was almost like the cards tried to like, as we speak. Something's being made of this as we speak. Something's being mastered here. But okay, the thing that worries me a little bit in this, I still have to explore this storm warning of the Empress. Okay. The Sun card, the Eight of Swords comes out with it. Like, right? Like we go from good to great to bad energy. Like a storm coming through. And the Sun is clarified with the Eight of Swords. The Two of Cups is clarified with the World and the Five of Swords. I get immediately here where there is unity, where there was friendship, that's going to change. In some capacity here. Like we're talking worldly. The other message that I'm getting with this too. Oh no, it came in over here. So the underline, after I shuffled out cards here, I have the Moon and the Lovers. And immediately what came in with that was so strange. It was, okay, what's going on right now, I'm picking up something kind of like, and I have to be so careful with this stuff on YouTube. I'm picking up something sort of like political or strategy. Like, so that's what I'm seeing here, right? And where once there was vision, there was happiness, joy, this becomes blocked off. But it almost becomes like a psychological warfare to me with the Eight of Swords. It's almost like convincing that it's blocked off. And then this Two of Cups, because this cycle comes to an end and it's cut out no matter how you have to do it. You got to cut this out. There's some sort of unity here that exists right now between some sort of nations or political party. No, it goes beyond, like, not political parties within. I'm hearing mostly not. So that leads up to where I'm going here. There's going to be a lot of changes coming in. And I'm kind of feeling like it has something to do astrologically. I know that's going to sound like people are going to, oh, but no, it's almost like because this is going to start happening between like some friendships. This is where it became kind of like personal in the like, you know, personal to you and personal to people out there, where there's going to be like illusion and fear where there wasn't before. In like relationships, connections that really are quite divinely guided with the Lovers. So yeah, that's how that came in. It's like friends turn foe. And then the Five of Pentacles, right? Like, so then it's almost like, well, now these energies have gone their separate ways. And there's one out in the cold. But this feels like they're going somewhere. I always feel like this card always brings me like a scene in a movie, as if, oh, which is interesting because that energy is here. Okay, let me get there. It's as if there was like a big battle scene or something. Like there's a lot of energy and sound and motion and excitement. And all of a sudden you cut from that scene and you see someone like running through the snow. Okay, so that's where I'm going with this. Okay, so there is some sort of conflict here. There's a conflict that starts to begin, and then somebody is quickly running off to convey this, but it's almost like Was it something that is kind of written or been waiting to happen? It's like a messenger, right? It's like a carrier pigeon. It's like somebody watching this going on. That's the sign. I've got to alert them. And then you just see, like I see with the snow, it's just like all of a sudden it's the scene, it's quiet. And you might even hear there's like footsteps going through the snow. Now this is so interesting because what clarified this Five of Pentacles was the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So what came in with that was, yes, there is a conflict here. There's competing interests. That's how friends become foes. There's some sort of competing interests. And this could even be like, this could even be certain countries right now that are trying to come to some sort of, you know, like typical deals that they would about resources and trade. But what appears as bright and hopeful and sunny to one appears almost like psychological warfare. Like, I don't believe that. That's not beneficial to me. That is not Two of Cups. This is not a Two of Cups relationship. And it's something that is important enough that, like, this immediately becomes cut out. The World and the Five of Swords. That could not be more final, and it could not be done in a way that is like, who gives a fuck if a bridge is burned? And I feel like, too, this has something initially to do with appearances. Like this, the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It has something initially to do with appearances. Appearances politically for themselves, in their own nation. Appearances, maybe more likely financial backing. I still have more to clarify, right? Like I kind of, they got kind of this point. I thought, no, there's a reading here. So, okay, the part here that I've got to investigate now, I pulled out specific cards. Okay, oh, shit. Yeah. This energy goes, okay, it's going backwards. Just give me a second. I'll show you what this is. Okay, this is going backwards. Where things have built up, things come down. Where resources were strong, resources become weak. Where political power once existed, political power becomes lack. There's a very big shift here. Because we go Empress, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Do you see how that goes backwards? All right, so the Empress, I'm getting this again, sovereign. Am I missing something? Is there another nation somewhere where there is like maybe a monarchy of some sort, even if it's not like all pomp and circumstance like in the UK, and that there's like a queen or a princess that's in charge? I don't know what that is. But because someone here has really pure intentions. Really, really pure intentions. Okay, there's a town here with two pillars. There's an entrance to a town with two pillars. There's like tanks. There's tanks coming through. Most of the people are gone though. By the time the tanks get there, most of the people are gone. There's no one there to see the tanks coming in. But there's a lot of smoke in the background, like something's happened here. All right, let me just keep, okay, now, so that's kind of like something that's going on, like a conflict of some sort that occurs. And then it continues to transform and mutate. And I honestly feel like a word of this before it would become like known, like nationally or, you know, globally. There's a message that comes to, see, the world, letting someone know about something here, some sort of agreement that gets cut out, or some sort of relationship that was once mutual gets cut out. Well, some of you could look at this like your own love life, but it really, like, it feels different than that to me. Somebody's working on something in the background here. Somebody's planning something. They're following the rules. But what are those rules? Those rules have something to do with something like outside of most of us. Okay, so then we come over here. We have the Page of Pentacles with the thinking woman. Right? Like, you see how we've gone down from high status to dropping a level to dropping a level again. And that's the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Five of Wands. Okay, this is now actually, this feels like another energy. This feels like an energy trying to rush in. It's seeing an opportunity to heal, but I don't know how much it's actually going to oh, this is a weird energy. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, right? You don't even know what it's like all playing out here. Okay, so this is an energy that truly believes that it is its calling. I say energy, I don't know, a political person, a leader, a country, a sovereign, a nation, that truly believes, as it's looking up to the sky, this is my opportunity. This is what you want me to do, right, God? It's just, I know it's a little, my nose getting itchy. But it's like they were in the process of actually doing something like helpful to their nation, to their group, to their society, but they drop it and they pour it out. But it's because it's like they see this opportunity, right? Like this, look at this conflict, like rushing into that Five of Wands over here, where there's elevation. It's an opportunity that exists because somewhere where once there was stability, abundance, prosperity, this becomes wavering because of some sort of conflict with a friend that becomes a foe. So this energy here is low. Like, I don't know, like, I don't want to name any nations because that, I'm not really getting, I'm just not getting, I'm getting a little bit UK-ish, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Over in this area, like, this area is not the conflict. This is the area that becomes aware of the conflict. But there's a third party, like a third, third party, third nation. Oh. That means a third nation. But in terms of political power, money, this place, this energy is much lower than this one. But it's like seeing a small window of opportunity. I want to say that this feels like, okay, whoever would lead this place, this feels like someone who got into perhaps politics or you're trying to make things better for people for the right reasons. It really does feel like that. But not getting very far. Not getting very far, becoming disenchanted by systems around them. Once they get into these systems, realizing that they're very limited in terms of the big changes that they would like to make. And then there's this opportunity that presents itself. And it's like this leader, this entity feels like, this is it. Because I'm meant to do good things. But I don't feel like this is going to go well. Because this person feels like God is telling them to do this. And as soon as that happens, I'm getting like this feeling like as soon as that happens, they lose sight of what it is they're supposed to be doing. Because, right, like it's more of an interest in, oh, you know, I need more money to be able to do these things. I need more power to be able to do these things that I got involved in politics in the first reason to do. Which is probably the road to hell that most anybody ends up on in places of great political structure find themselves through, like, yeah, like, because without it you can't really make these changes on a vast scale. And this Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands, I feel like it's just rushing into a conflict because they think it's their calling. And I do feel like because they see it as an opportunity to do good things, to have the resources they need to do good things. Now let's keep going. The Nine of Pentacles. The Death card and the Seven of Swords, right? The Nine of Pentacles is clarifying the World card, that something has come to an end. Something has come to an end. There's a rebirth that will come after this, but look, it's all behind the scenes. It's all sneaky. It's all hidden with the Seven of Swords. It's very much like a secret society of some sort. But it's like there's a rule book. I keep getting there's a rule book here. They're following the rules to this 100%. But I don't think we're included in the rule book. Okay, the King of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. The King of Pentacles is the one spilling the beans over here. The Chariot and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this King of Pentacles, who has the money, oh, it's like, right, enticing someone to get involved in something here. There's a payout here. If you want to choose sides, there's a payout. I've got money to fund you. One of the things that I keep seeing, I'm not hearing it, I'm just seeing it flash across the screen. And I haven't seen much of it. Like, I don't have cable. I just catch, like, different pieces of information, like, through YouTube, through regular media sources, and through everything else. Like, I discern through all of them. I wouldn't trust any of them solely on their own. I keep seeing Haiti. I keep seeing Haiti in that. So I don't know if that's going to lead to something bigger. But I don't know how the UK would come into that. But anyway, so the Knight of Wands and the Chariot. The Three of Cups. So this is like, yes. Oh, yes. See? You're very happy with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Sun and the Eight of Wands. Because this is like a convincing someone that something is not possible. And it could be a one-sided deal. This Eight of Wands, though, was not quite going in the right direction. Like, it has a feeling, though, almost like there's something here is presenting itself as an opportunity. Like a fumble of the ball, or a weird disagreement that would be very unexpected. What I get with this Three of Cups is kind of like backroom deal, is it's almost like, yes, trying to rebuild the sun, trying to bring back prosperity, clarity in some regard, in some fashion. But I don't know how successful they're all, okay, what I really feel like is happening here is it's all sort of on the surface agreeing, smiling, yeah, like on the surface agreeing. But then when it comes to really initiating some sort of talks or moving forward with this very surface level, high society, smiling nice at each other, moving beyond that and getting something done is difficult with that Eight of Wands. Nonetheless, something is being worked on here with the Eight of Pentacles. I just heard it's building a new dollar. Because this pentacle is green. I'm just getting that. It's building a new dollar. Building a new dollar. There's going to be there's going to be a new monetary dollar, like building a new dollar. Building a new dollar. The Eight of Pentacles. The Moon and the Ace of Swords. Oh, it's building a new dollar. There's some fears about this. There's some fears about this. And the Ace of Swords. It becomes a new reality, the new truth. Huh. Now, it feels like to me, okay, the skull up here feels like it has something to do with the hidden rebirth here. The sneaky, the covert, the behind the scenes. And then all these smaller pentacles are all different colors and different designs. But it's like they all come together to form this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what's that? 7. Because it's the Eight of Pentacles, so there would be 7 other ones, and then that would be the 8th. So there's 7. There's 7 other... There's 7 nations, the 7 nations, the 3 nations, the 7 nations. I'm hearing the 7 nations of Babylon. I don't know what that means. There's 7 nations here to create one currency. I don't know how, like what kind of time period this is either. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm hearing wheels are already in motion. Like there's already things taking place right now that are taking things on this course. This Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. See, it's like a very impulsive and quick act because of an opportunity. Huh. Very quick. Very quick. This energy over here is just opportunity. Go. Opportunity. Go. Actually, okay, now next, Knight of Swords. Clarify that. There's something coming in. Okay, well, this is nice. You have the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. Because what I was getting immediate, all of a sudden, not immediately. The first message I gave you was immediate. And then the second message that came in, because this is facing towards that energy. There is... maybe a voice of reason here. These two stand with the new currency. Somebody's going to change their mind. So I don't know, like, what kind of a timeline. This all feels like too quick. Like, this is not something that I don't feel like would unfold in just a few weeks. Like, this is almost something that could unfold in the next couple of years or something. But there's going to be an odd situation where there is a smaller nation that is going to appear to have a solution for something, like some sort of conflict. But it really is almost like trying to rush into an opportunity. Now, but I feel like it gets blocked by the Lovers and the Queen, or the energy of the Lovers and the Queen of Cups comes in. And I feel like it's actually imparting knowledge over here. It's this is like, this is too small to have any awareness of this. You know, this rule book and this playbook here. Playbook, a playbook. That's what it is. It's almost like things that are written to be followed. I don't know how much I would trust it, because the Lovers is the message that I got where the friends become foes, right? But they're offering the Queen of Cups this water, which is exactly what they got poured out. Like, they don't have that. Something that is offered to them that this nation, this ruler can't refuse. They would get what they would hope to get over here without changing political structures. Because the rule book has to be followed. I just keep the rule book, the playbook. The Knight of Wands. The Ten of Wands, right? It's almost like it would, okay, first I feel like this would be way too much of a burden. It would be for the, but there is something, I don't know if it's like a knight in shining armor. It honestly is like someone who's become politically involved because they really honestly wanted to make change in the world. But then once they got in there, they realized that they couldn't really make change in the world through a system where you would need to compromise your morality and sell yourself to immorality on many levels. It really has the feeling of a person that would even possibly rush into their own detriment. It's like an unexperienced, but sadly, probably more likely to do good things. The Star. The Tower and the King of Cups. See, something is lost here in this entity nation leader. This water element, water. This is about water. Fresh water. This is about fresh water. Fresh water becomes a currency? Fresh water is the currency. Fresh water is going to be one of the more major resources that is fought over in the coming years. That's where this is trying to take me. I mean, there's a lot more sitting here, but that's sort of like a very specific message about this. Like where friends become foes. I feel like there's some water sources that nations share, but when it gets down to it, if you don't, like, let's say it flows from one nation to another, the first nation that it starts at, if you don't take the water that you can, your people are going to die of thirst. So it's either your people die of thirst or the nation below you's people die of thirst, right? This is how friends become foes. Changing water courses here, or just draining water. And we're fighting with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. The Three of Cups. The Star again. I feel like it's confirming what I just said. This is some backroom deals here. But at the end of all of it, it has something to do with water. I'm just hearing too, with this King of Cups, I'm hearing so much water, but none of it can be drank. But you can't drink any of it. Like even just thinking of the salinity of most of the water on Earth, or the pollution. Okay. Three of Swords. Okay, first we have the Three of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody changes political parties. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Same person, different party. Same person, different suit. Because the swords are not successful, right? And the Hierophant. They put this behind. But the swords rest behind them. Somebody here is playing two sides. Someone is, yeah. They still hold swords. They're still swords. But they hide them. Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. It's basically like taking a chance to take on this Pentacle party. Ah, it's perhaps aligning them with this King of Pentacles here. Somebody somewhere is going to change a political party. It probably happens all the time, but it feels like it's significant. But I feel like they almost do it temporarily. I feel like their intention is to do it temporarily. Because they could, for one, they could feel betrayed by the party that they're already in. And they step away. But I feel like to them, it's like stepping away from it. This is probably just temporary until there's some shifts in the party. And then the Ace of Wands with the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles, though, I feel like it's kind of like if you're going to jump into this, you need to really jump into it. And then like a plan starts to formulate. It's almost like, you know, you make a change of plans and you think to yourself, well, this is only a temporary plan. But the longer you're in that temporary plan, the more it becomes you. You become more of it than what you were in the past. So it doesn't feel like this person's intentions were to go back to some sort of political party once something healed or came to rest in it. But I don't think they do. Oh, I didn't look at this. This indecision card. Was it the underline? Look at this. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, this underline was really big. indecision, man holding a coin, which is like the King of Pentacles again, deceit, walking away, envy, blossoming abundance. I think it's really unique and very quite synchronistic that the indecision card and the man holding a coin card and deceit are all like sitting together here, because like the King of Pentacles, which is like the man holding a card, has the Chariot, and both of these cards are so similar, right? They're signs. Which way do you go? Like that's just as incredibly synchronistic that fell in like that. And it's like making some sort of a choice here, or giving someone a choice to either deceive or walk away from the game. What are you doing? Like you can't play. I feel like it's almost talking to this energy, whatever this is. So it's like a smaller nation, or could even be a new political party somewhere that is kind of like at the grassroots. And it's almost like, yeah, I mean, you either need to play the game by the rule book, or you might as well walk away. I feel like they walk away. But I feel like they walk away because they're offered something that they really need. But with envy and blossoming abundance, I feel like they get a short-term payout when they could have had a more long-term, better payout. Indecision. Judgment and the High Priestess. Wow. This is definitely information coming someone's way that they were completely unaware of. Some sort of a rule book. Eyes wide open. Man holding a coin. The Page of Pentacles. I'm telling you. Shit. These two. Like, talking. It's crazy. Talking to this energy over here. The other thing I want to say is the other message that I'm getting here, which is a really interesting message. I don't know that I've ever seen or heard of it anywhere. There are an awful lot of women in charge behind the scenes. These are all women in these that are coming out in these. It's like a front. I'm hearing it's like a front that, you know, so many men are leaders around the world, because at the end of the day, there's something here. I was just told to stop, okay? I'm stopping. I've stopped. Deceit. You know what I was saying, right? So the Six of Swords. Okay. Yeah, pack your bags, get ready to go. You're either in this game and you know you have to deceive, or you're walking away. Walking away. The Hermit. The Eight of Cups. Walking away. Yeah, something here walks away. Like, shit. And that's not what I signed up for. Envy. Four of Pentacles. But yeah, I don't feel like they have a lot of options when they do that. Hanging on to what they have, that's what they're doing. It's almost like some nation here becomes privy to some sort of information that they would otherwise not become privy to if they hadn't shown some indication that they were going to get involved with something that nobody would have predicted them to get involved with. And it's like, there's really no choice from this rule book person, but somebody's got it. And see, they do not talk to anybody. This one, the King of Pentacles is the front that talks to them, whether even that is like behind the scenes, late night phone calls to government offices, that sort of thing. they hang on. They hang on to what they have. It's almost like they know that they need to weather a storm with the Four of Pentacles. Storm warning. Blossom in abundance. The Three of Wands. Justice and the Three of Swords and the Hierophant. How? Oh my God. You guys saw me shuffle all of that, right? I have the same underlying, except Justice is in the front now. Shut the front door. I'm not kidding you. Justice, the Three of Swords, the Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. You know, the only thing that got switched, look, they're still there, but they're in a different order. It was the Fool. No, was it the Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles? Or was it the Fool, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles? But anyways, let me see what this switch means. Oh, wait, I laid it down wrong. All right, something changed here because of, you know, what happened over here. And what happened over here that was somewhat of a change, of like a change significantly to this, was that it seemed more like this nation steps away, keeps what they have, focuses on like staying stable and grounded and maybe separate, sort of like Switzerland, but I don't think it is. And that they start to draw in abundance. So Justice. Something has to play out in like in the public here. That's what I'm getting now with the Justice card and these cards. Something has to play out in the public because this entity draws attention to itself. Okay, that's where we get the change, because then you go from the Four of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles. It's immediately going into a new plan. And this new plan is meant to be inspiring and freeing. So I don't know what that means. But I feel like that Justice card means something has to become, maybe even somebody's reason for changing a party position. Or, you know, we're still talking about this Queen of Swords turns into the Queen of Pentacles. Their story changes. They become an inspiring story. I'm actually getting tired with this one. So that's what I have. I don't know. What the hell? That's what I have. That's an interesting one. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to unfold. I don't even know. I feel like this is something like that's going to take a while to unfold. So that's what I have, my friends, the collective. There's the latest, what do you call these? Public service announcements. Until next time, my friends, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.